Good afternoon and welcome to Audiotree Live. Today is Monday, July 11th, 2016, and we're very honored to have with us in the studio, Oh Pep. You're watching Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with Oh Pep. What's up? Welcome. Thank you so much for coming out. You guys can get ready to go on your next one. I'm just curious before that, when is the right time to use the word chuffed? I looked up the definition and it's not a word I'm super familiar with, but it just means like you're super excited about something.
Did we say it one time?
I just saw it on social media a few times. I wasn't sure if it's a common word to use or.
It's kind of like, it's common in Australia at least.
Maybe amongst old people, I'm not sure.
Okay.
It's the equivalent of stoked.
Okay, stoked. Got it. Yeah. Right on. Good to know. No, I'll just put it into my repertoire. You know, we're chuffed to have the next band in or whatever. Cool. Yeah, when you're ready.
I'd hate to think what you found on Urban Dictionary. Was that
Yeah, I didn't go deep because I was worried. Yeah, what would come up exactly? I just went for the safe search on definition, right? Okay, take it away when you're ready.
I wish someone would throw me a bone. I wish someone would show me how to get home. I had it too good from the start again. Something's gonna have to remind me again. I got a pocket full of money and I gotta get home. It'll pay for a third of the cab ride along. I hail the cab and then I hear the tone of a train arriving on a platform this close. I've been walking a lot. I've been walking through the snow. I lost feeling in my big left toe. I haven't been sleeping, haven't slept much at all. And next time I sleep I fall into a deep dark hole. My God, where am I now? Deep breath from my teeth, through my throat to my chest. I got a pocket full of money and I gotta get home. It'll pay for a third of the cab ride alone. So I hail the cab and then I hear the tone of a train arriving on a platform that's close. So I run to the platform but the train is leaving. As I catch my breath I can't help believing that I don't belong here. Cause the people they stare and I start to freak out and I head for the stairs. Now I'm waving my hands in the middle of the road and the cars won't stop, no they won't even slow. And I'm slipping on the sidewalk going for the high talk. Freeze! It's minus degrees and it's creeping right through me from my ankles up to my knees. Please, I gotta go now. It's moving right through me from my belly up to my brow. Wow, this is not what you want now. Soon enough, baby, my body's gonna shut downtown, uptown, riding the train every 4 a.m. since I got off the plane. I wish someone would remind me everything I done is behind me. I had it too good from the start, babe. Something's gonna have to remind me again.
This is Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with Oh Pep. So I saw a photo of the Stadium Cake listening party where you had an actual cake. Who made that cake? Just like a friend of yours?
I don't even know. It just
Okay.
it just
It just
magically arrived at the
arrived.
door. Someone made us a stadium cake.
Yeah. And how did you go about it? Like, was it weird to cut into your album?
I don't even think we were there when the cutting of the cake
Oh,
happened.
okay.
I'm not even sure I had any cake.
Are you dessert people in general, or?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait,
yeah.
that's just me speaking. but
Okay.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You speak for yourself, I suppose. Yeah.
Are you Pep?
I'm okay with the dessert. If it's got our album on it, no.
Yeah, then yes, only album-related desserts. What would you say then? What's your go-to dessert, like at a restaurant or something like that?
That's a great question.
Yeah, like just kind of what comes out first, I guess.
Well,
Or what?
I mean, when you just said the word dessert before, an image flashed up. We in the car at the moment, or in the van, we have Japanese confectionery.
Oh.
Yeah, so like weird red bean paste.
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah. And that's so then that's just what lately you've been into, or where did
Yeah.
you get that from?
A friend gave it to us. Actually.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Right on.
just a bag of Japanese confectionery.
Just said go for it, like
Yeah,
chew
pretty
on
much.
it on the road or
You
whatever.
got a long journey ahead of you.
Yeah,
Here's,
yeah.
Here's enough for a month.
Any that have been like really weird?
Well, that red bean paste is pretty funky.
Yeah. Do you guys agree? Or yeah,
I love
Jen-
it.
Okay. Yeah. Positive response to red bean
think it's
paste.
something, and then you open it, you eat it, and you realize it's something very different.
Yes,
Yeah.
which can be a good or bad thing.
And we also have lots of they have green tea pocky
Oh, right on.
and lots of green tea chocolate things, which I was
Uh-huh.
like, whoa, but I'm into it.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't forget the mushroom chocolate thing.
Oh, and the mushroom chocolate. Yeah.
Like shiitake mushroom?
no,
chocolate?
it's just
no.
shaped like a mushroom.
Oh, okay. It's not not
Mostly
with
they-
actual mushrooms in it.
But
Got
stuff
it.
got left on the dashboard and it all kind of melted into one big goopy thing. Still tastes like green
That's
tea. though.
beautiful. Yeah, that's what you want. And you did the album art for the record and for other records as well.
Yeah, just all of them really.
Okay.
Since the very beginning, it just seemed to kind of really work with the music.
Yeah,
At least that kind of thing where there's lots of detail involved.
yeah.
And
And it's always on like a white backdrop and then just simple text with a shape and then like very detailed.
yeah, and that's also Liv. She's very minimalist.
Okay, cool.
So that's probably where the white background comes from.
Sure.
Although they're all done on white anyway.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like it represents the music because you have all this weird kind of creature that's kind of fun, but then inside it there's all this really detailed patterns that you have to kind of look twice at.
Definitely.
Which I hope happens when people listen to our music.
Yeah, yeah.
And Pep has a really cool way of doing her artwork in that she gets anyone to do a random squiggle and then she'll create the creatures out of that.
Oh, cool.
So
Okay, yeah.
it's been an ongoing thing for ages.
Right
And
on.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. Yeah, between the first one's sort of a bird with 4 legs. The second
That's
one's
right.
the 2 eagles, and then the fox. So what was the reason then for having the newest one so much larger than the others? That just came about, or is that representative of the album as well?
I feel like it's kind of represents the culmination of all these years of playing and recording and writing together.
Right on.
Yeah, and it kind of those images we didn't use again that were in the first 2.
Sure.
But you can kind of see the first one is one image, the second one has 2 heads, so it's the
Right.
second. The third one has color, which we had never had before.
Okay.
Either, so everything just has led up to the
Right.
big one.
Right, and that's why you got to keep the eyeballs in there too, right? The eyeballs
yeah,
keep
people
finding
like
their
the
way around.
eyeballs.
Yeah, cool. Well, I think they're awesome. I think you're really talented.
you.
Yeah, and you guys can roll into your next one when you're ready.
Okay, cool.
Eyes are dry, I'm up all night. I'm staring at the corner of a pale room. I was hoping you would come.
You're watching Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with Oh Pep. You use the mandolin in such an interesting way that I guess maybe I haven't seen before. I guess a lot of times bands that come in that have a mandolin are bluegrass, sort of strictly bluegrass, right? I'm just curious what your upbringing is with the instrument. Or
Well, I guess I only picked it up like maybe 5 years ago, but it's the same as fiddle.
Okay.
So it's not too hard of a changeover. I think it was mostly because I really had no concept of how it was used before that.
Okay,
that
right on.
I maybe fall into a position of not playing what is usual. Although I ended up playing like lots of bluegrass and old time, I think my ear is still drawn to like creating lots of tension in the music and like not parts that aren't what you're expecting to hear, I guess.
Right, from a mandolin, you mean? Or
yeah,
like parts?
Almost from anything. I feel like it's just because I play mandolin.
Sure,
you know?
sure.
Maybe I was supposed to be like a guitarist or
Right,
something.
but that just fell into your
That's
hands.
right. And I think that goes for like the way that Liv and I think about it, music. It just being, having something that you aren't expecting and parts that maybe make your ears prick up.
Sure. Within maybe a structure that's somewhat familiar. I mean,
Yeah,
I've seen
absolutely.
a few. Yeah.
Absolutely, within like a pop setting or
Right.
alternative pop setting that people are used to hearing.
Sure.
There's little things, whether it's in the instrumental parts or in the form of the song, the phrasing that we want it to be.
Like striking or...
Yeah, just something to notice.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Liv, your thoughts on that, or agreed?
Oh yeah, sure. I think I would call it like we're very much into like dissonance and
Right.
and creating tension is how I'd probably describe it.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, that's I think that if we don't have that in the song, then we haven't finished the song yet. So.
Okay, right. Yeah. As far as that goes, how do you feel? Is it a hard thing to decide that a song is done? Like, I mean, you can always add more, right? You could always add, here's 9 more instruments. I mean, at what point do you realize, like, oh, that's it. It's spoken what it was supposed to say, or said what it was supposed to say?
Yeah, I mean, that is a great question, and I guess we make all our decisions of our gut reaction to stuff. But then within the dynamic of Pep and I collaborating all the time, I think that's a bonus of working with somebody else, is in that, like, I'm probably the one who's always like, we can fix that up still. And
Yeah.
Pep's like, get on with it. We've got to write the next song. Like,
we need more music.
yeah, we have to
can't
actually
just have
write an
one.
album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, it kind of, there's a bit of everything going on. But
Okay, sure.
for the most part, like when we decide upon a line or, that the main structure is finished, it's very much a instinctive thing. Yeah.
Sure. And then do you ever look back and say, like, I wish we would have pulled that out, or I wish we would have, like, boosted that more in some direction, added more drums, I don't know, something like that?
Sure, but if ever those thoughts come up, I can't really afford
Yeah.
to think about them because,
Yeah.
you
just, like,
those-
erase them,
Yes,
shove them back down,
that's not
forget.
true.
Yeah.
They're very permanent recordings. so-
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. Thank you guys, seriously, for playing for us. You can go on to your next song when you're ready. And I'll say, while she's tuning up, new album Stadium Cake is out now on Dual Tone, and they're on a big tour, tour North America all the way through early October, then Canada, then Europe through November. So check them out.
Take time, take all the time you need. Take time or you won't succeed. Worry about your health sometimes. Take time, take all the time you need. Take time or you won't succeed. Take time and worry about your health sometimes. Like don't ever run when you can't walk. Heard you were yelling before you could talk. Well, thinking twice, that'll lead you into a bad place. You gotta move fast. Don't No space for time, no time for space. I ain't got what the human race need, no. I won't contribute to your polluted transaction. I got places to be that ain't right here. If you stick with me, I'll make sure your time is alright. If you don't understand where I am now, it's better if we leave it. Oh, wow. Why don't you just walk to the hill with everyone? We're going now. Why don't you come? I've been thinking about it. I've been worrying about it. Don't you get it? I've been fretting. I talk about it with my best friend. She says it's your loss. You don't know what you got. I know that you do, and this what scares you. Why don't you forget about it? Going somehow, we won't ever talk about it no more. Don't you get it? I've been fretting. I talk about it with my best friend. And my baby talks in a mile a minute. She sings like a church with a choir in it. She shoots for the moon to land on the stars, and she wakes up heavy with a sunken heart. Well, thinking twice, that'll lead you into a bad place. You gotta move fast to win. No space for time, no time for space. I ain't got what the human race need. My baby runs 10 miles to win it. She moves like her body's got a fire in it. She makes me swoon when she walks in the room. She wakes up early and she leaves too soon. My baby talks in a mile a minute. She sings like a church with a choir in it. She shoots for the moon to land on the stars, and she wakes up heavy with a sunken heart. She don't read the news on the TV. Tea, milk and honey never satisfied me. She don't read the news on the TV. Tea, milk and honey never satisfied me. She don't read the news on the TV. Tea, milk and honey never satisfied me. She don't read the news on the TV. Tea, milk and honey never satisfied me. She don't read the news on the TV. Tea, milk and honey never satisfy me. You should don't read the news on the TV. Tea, milk and honey never satisfy me. You should don't read the news on the TV. Tea, milk and honey never satisfy me. You should don't read the news on the TV. Tea, milk and honey never satisfy me. Just breathe, no need to leave. I swear it was all in the plan. If you don't understand where I am now, it's better if we leave it.
You're watching Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with Oh Pep. Would you guys talk to me a little bit about cycling? Are you still doing that a lot? Do you have those bikes on tour with you now?
Yeah, it's not so much cycling. It's
As like just traveling around on
Yeah.
them? Okay, sure. Yeah.
I mean, we traveled around on these fold-up bikes,
Right.
like Bromptons. Pretty hardcore. little while ago, and we try to take them on tour with us. It kind of depends where we're going for how long and how much stuff we have. But
Right.
I think it was a couple of trips back that we arrived in Boston, and somehow we put the bikes on the plane, and we got off the plane, set the bikes up, and had all our gear on the bikes, and we rode from Boston Airport to our accommodation, and we did that all the time. Like,
Whoa.
we just rode everywhere. It was pretty hardcore. We were traveling on a budget.
Okay, sure.
But
also it was fun, you know.
Yeah. Your thoughts on that?
Well, all these things are true, but I think just bikes in general are so great, as is any kind of like movement that you're like physically doing.
Yeah,
but,
exerting, right?
But it's interesting because I think it often evokes lots of thoughts when you're riding.
Sure.
Like I remember just the song we played then, Tea, Milk and Honey. We were finishing the song and like riding home from something. Maybe we were recording that day, and we were almost finished the song, and we were like, oh, let's just try and finish it now while we were riding. And we actually like got like a whole heap of stuff done just while we were riding.
Sure, just
know,
like talking back and forth or bouncing ideas back and forth while you're riding down the street or whatever.
Yeah, so that's kind of really an interesting thing about something like riding bike.
Yeah, definitely.
It's helped a lot of songwriting, actually. Like, we record into an iPhone or whatever.
Right, just to get memos or like build stuff up.
And there's so many voice memos that like I'll share with Peppy where I'm like out of breath, and you can hear the cars right next to me, and I'm like,
and it's got to be a C. It's got to be a C.
Yeah, totally. And then I'll share them with Pep, and yeah, I guess they're quite comical, but you know, essential to making this album or whatever. So.
And just having that space where you are able to think about or process through music, but you don't have an instrument in front of you, you're not in a studio or whatever, you're just kind of free to explore whatever, and some things might fly away or they might attach if you continue to like them or something along those lines.
For sure, yeah. Like it's cool to mix up your environment when you're writing. Like sitting down with my guitar on a piano or double bass, it's like all so different. And then writing with no instrument on your bike tends to make the best ideas. So it's like a secret weapon.
Yeah, for sure. Sweet. Well, everyone, you should ride and record. Then you'll be as good as these guys. That's the story. Okay, you guys can take it away into your next one.
Did I push it too much? Not enough. When did I start losing touch? When did you start giving up? 'Cause I'm standing here. You're over there in the space in between. You don't care to be seen with me. Where's the light? For me it's the darkest night, and I am cold, and I feel much older than I am. If we can agree to both see things differently, then I will grow and be better for what I now know. I went to the psychic and the psychic said he wants to do, but it's up to you. So I kinda try, but I don't succeed. I know what I want and it's not what I need. I know what I want, it's not what I need. I know what I want and it's not what I know what I want, it's not what I need. I know what I want and it's not what I need. I'm paying the price. It's keeping me up at night. My maybe baby's treating me cruel, teaching me not to keep my heart full. What's dear to you? You can't keep it even if you want to. You hand it to me, you hand it to them. Don't think you're ever gonna get it back again. I went to the doctor and the doctor said to fix the pain you're gonna have to change, and I kinda try, but I don't succeed. I know what I want, and it's not what I need. I know what I want, it's not what I need. I know what I want, and it's not what I know what I want, it's not what I need. I know what I want, and it's not what I need. And I went to my mother, and my mother said, it ain't true yet, get it out of your head. And I kinda try, but I don't succeed. I know what I want, and it's not what I need. I know what I want, it's not what I need. I know what I want, and it's not what I know what I want, it's not what I need. I know what I want, and it's not what I need. 9 months till the deadline, and 9 weeks to make up your mind. Once you decide, there's no room for doubt. Every minute of your life to figure it out.
You're watching Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with Oh Pep. You guys have one more, right? Okay, cool. Just making sure I'm on the right number. Before we go into the last one, I've been thinking a lot about handwriting lately. I listened to a podcast and then was looking up some stuff on just kind of how it helps you process things. I'm just curious, do you guys write a lot as maybe lyrically or maybe just in your free time with your actual hand versus texting or versus typing or anything like that?
Totally. I'm a big journal keeper.
Okay.
And even
Have been for a while?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to do it more, but I
Right.
always have one on me. And yeah, I'm really into it, or often like reading stuff and writing it down. I'm a bit of a rote learner. So.
Okay, sure. Do you find that it stays in your brain better if you're able to write it down versus
Completely,
just looking at
yeah,
it? Okay,
totally,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I have tried to keep a journal over several years, but not been very successful. I think I do still prefer to write by hand, but mostly it would be like, you know, if I'm writing something that I'm like, if I'm trying to write a song, it's much better if I write it down physically than like type anything
Okay,
up.
sure.
But mostly it's more just drawing
Yeah.
little things.
Right.
Yeah,
And then that
taking
keeps
notes.
up your dexterity or whatever also, right? So then you're able to have okay handwriting or okay drawing skills.
Yeah, although I just don't think my handwriting is very
Is
good.
very good. Yeah. I wonder, I mean, that's got to be something you can fix, right? I never know. I feel like my handwriting's terrible too. Like none of my E's look the same, but I know people that they look like typeface, you know? Like their handwriting looks like typeface. Every letter looks exactly the same. I'm sure if you focus or I don't know, take a class or something. I have no clue, really.
Yeah, I don't know either.
You guys, are you big writers with pen and ink or with pencil and pad or anything like that? Okay, yeah. Versus typing or... Okay, there. Well, that's great then. Yeah, you only have one option. And you?
I feel like I've completely lost use of my right hand in this day and age.
You couldn't even do it if you wanted.
I look at my signature now and I'm like, who just wrote that?
Fair enough. That's what I feel like is the case with me too. I feel I have to like actively pursue continuing to write, or it's just gonna be nonsensical at some point. Okay, new album Stadium Cake is out now on Dual Tone Records. They're on tour in North America until October 3rd, then Canada, then Europe. Check them out. Take it away.
You started skipping in a running race. 5 meters from the finish line, you fell from grace. Do you need to go and walk it out? Have a sit down, maybe stretch it out. It'll heal itself if you give it some time. Take a deep breath, let it unwind. Now you're swimming, the best exercise for pain. Out past those sharks, you heard your name called again. He was inviting you in with his grin. He's a real fast mover, so swim, swim, swim. Take a short turn to back the land. You'll be disappointed plane, flying him home again, taking him over the mountain, over the mountain, over the mountain, over the mountain. Quit your limping now or follow my advice. No more excuses, cause they come at your own demise. I know a time didn't let it pass. When you overthink things, tends to make it last. I'm telling you now, it's not such a big deal. Give it a rest, it won't feel so real. Way, oh, where did you go, my friend? Oh, no, way, oh, way, oh, ambulance is coming to take you away. Oh, way, oh, where did you go, my friend? Oh, no way, oh, way, oh, ambulance is coming to take you home. Oh, my goodness, here comes His Highness, followed by my friend, the air hostess, who knows the mostest about his big jet plane, flying him home again, taking him over the mountain, over the mountain, over the mountain, over the mountain. Now you're walking at a different pace. You came first place and you're running a race. The first time you took it slow, the slower you go, the faster you know you can heal yourself if you give it some time. I never did think I wouldn't change your mind.
You've been watching Oh Pep on Audiotree Live. Thank you guys so much for performing for us.
Thanks for having us.
Yep. Thanks to awesome people in the studio and sound engineers, camera and lighting crew for making it look beautiful, and viewers, thanks for watching. You can support the band by downloading or streaming the session when it comes out in a couple of weeks, and send a shout by social media to us or the band if you just want to connect. From all of us here at the Audiotree Studios, thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.